it when Steve comes up. We made a little list of how we feel about DOT. And I'm going to read it, I hope. It is in my handwriting, which means one of them might have to come forward actually and help me figure out what our was. But this is from Joanne and Rebecca and me, the three folks in the division who've had the pleasure of working the most closely with DOT for all this time. So the first thing is just, she's always had our back, which I think is a phenomenal thing to be able to say about anybody, okay? The second one is completely illegible, and I'm going to circle back to that as soon as I figure out what it was. Oh, incredibly kind. We could use a lot more of that.
We could.
Doing okay?
Yeah, just making sure.
Has a wonderful manner about her. Really, really cares. Good public servant.
Wow.
Okay?
That's nice.
Okay, now I'm not going to ask her if she's doing okay, because I see we have a little bit of crap here. So, anyway, so that's really how we feel, and the list could be much, much longer. Do folks know how you got this job?
Some do.
Some do?
Yeah.
Should I say anything, or would you
Go
rather?
right ahead.
All right.
I'm
I also
only
want to say
time,
that she showed her determination from the moment we met her, and her courage in many ways. Dot was going through a rough patch, and a lot of us go through rough patches. And the rough patch she was going through, one of the things, she wanted something very, very badly, and she had the chutzpah, let's say it that way, and the courage to make it known. She happened to be in the company of a couple of state officials, and one of them said something like, well, what would make your life better at this point in time? And she said, I need a job. And the person she said that to in a small group happened to be named Governor Michael Dukakis. And after that discussion, he called my boss, Secretary Anthony of this department, and he said, what's wrong with you people? Why don't you interview this woman? That's the way he talked to us all the time. So we did, and that's how she came here. And it was just a marvelous decision that we made, and we're so happy. We're so happy that it worked out for her as well. And on a real personal note, Joanne and I actually are going to a reception tonight for an award that Amy Anthony is getting, being given to her by Governor Michael S. Dukakis. So in any case, Amy remembers you very well, Dot, and she's often asked about a number of you in the room. So, you know, sometimes you just have to speak up, and she taught us that in such a wonderful way. The other thing I would want to say, the final thing I would want to say, Annette nicely described the job. The home program, which is the one Dot has done the most work on with us, Dot probably helped us draw down the first dollar of home funds when we kicked this thing off 20-some years ago. $250 million later, she's still drawing home funds for us. And one of the most marvelous things about all that is those funds have actually produced, we had to write it down, we just checked it in our handy database, 9,988 units of housing.
Oh,
That's
almost 10,000. That's almost 10,000.
So she's done a super job, and looking around the room, with those of you who are alums, meaning no longer working here, raise your hand up and hold it up for a minute. There are at least 4 of you here. All right. So you know you can always come back at least and say hello. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Dot, that's almost 10,000 units. Almost 10,000. Wow. Good job. Nearly 10. A little math.
Steve Cavallo.
Oh, Steve.
No. Before I get to the official, I just wanted to add my own personal thanks to Dot. wow, this doesn't happen often.
Oh,
So when I think of Dot back when we were both a little younger, I picture us down in a room that's behind where the escalators are today. In a room that was our print room and run by a gentleman by the name of Andre Dickerson.
Oh yeah, he died though. Oh, it's
Who
too
was our
bad he
bud.
died. Oh, I like
And,
him.
you know, not wanting to say this too loud in front of any of the managers are here, but, you know, we used to hang out there when we didn't want to be,
Yeah, that was then. We can't use that against us.
I may need a little more time.
we had a pretty good little gig going on there for a while.
Watch on the cell phone.
Well, we had TV, we had music, we had each other, and the laundry office was right around the corner. Who the hell needed anything else? I'll tell you what, my boss said back then someday.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, that's what I think about when I think about, you know, those days and just the fun that we had. And then as I began to do other things within the agency, I remember having one conversation, I think it was probably with Tom Samard at one time, and then
Yeah.
Jen Maddox recently.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about the audits and what, you know, God's role, and it's like every time, you know,
And when I
something unfortunate would happen with God, everybody, and you realize how much she was doing and how much she touched just about, you know, again, $500 million when you process that in your head in federal funds, you get the scope of how important the role, how important this particular woman was and is to the organization. You just don't get that anywhere else. You just, you know, it's hard to fathom that, you know, somebody that can be that dedicated, that nice, that great, and honest, and exacting. I mean, never a problem, and you never have to worry about it. And it, you know, it's just done. Doing what she does. Not looking for anybody to, you know, wave the flag, not looking for any recognition, just coming in and doing her job day in and day out, minute in and minute out. And it's just a testament to her and all that she brings to the job. So we thank her for that. So, Dot, I have just a small little citation here. Dorothy Williams, on behalf of the citizens of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I am pleased to confer upon you this governor's citation in recognition of your 25 years of dedicated service to the Department of Housing and Community Development. This 11th day of June in the year 2014, Deval L. Patrick, Governor.
Thank you, Steve. Now we have Beth Jepson.
Former employee.
Ex-employee, another ex-employee, yeah. Beth, nice to see you again, by the way. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's right.
It's been a year.
I know, whole year. It seemed like yesterday, Beth.
At the end
It
of
seemed
June.
like it was yesterday.
End of June.
No
So,
joke about it. Still
Dorothy,
think you're still here.
you have been my friend for 30 years. We started working like with Kate right from the beginning. I stole Don Studley from your department and they hired you and we hit the ground running. I used to call her the fixer because when she first came into the department there had been some shift of personnel and duties and that always creates a little bit of a problem. And Dorothy was able to get to the heart of it when it was pointed out by HUD, and she fixed it. So from day one, I knew that I could go to this woman if there was ever an issue that needed to be addressed. So for Dorothy, you were the best. The best. Colleague to colleague, but on a personal note, you are about to enter the world of happy. You know that Pharrell Williams song that's so popular right now?
Yeah.
It's all about the happy. So, my little Buddhist friend always said that it is our right in life to attain happiness. You worked hard to do that. So your next adventure is to be happy, have fun every
satisfied
day.
in life.
See the sunglasses? They never leave the top of my head.
Oh my God.
Because I'm out the door in the morning, if the weather is good, and I'm gone. I go do my pool prayers at the Y, then I'm on the water, the boat's in the water. So come fishing, okay? So I just want to wish you the best and make sure that you keep in touch with folks. We'll send email addresses and I'll come visit you in North Carolina. Congratulations.
Florida.